also make us far more open. If you want to get stronger in your marriage, you have to be open about your struggles and your weaknesses. If you want to get stronger in your finances, you have to be open to admit that you need help. Go to the finance class, ask people. Here's the challenge about being open. I just celebrated my 40th birthday, and one of the things I'm realizing as I get older and older and older, it's really hard to be teachable and learn new things, because when you learn anything new, you have to go through that initial stage where you look like an idiot. And people will make fun of you, and you will feel awkward, but that's the only way you actually grow to any kind of competency. And what suffering does is it makes us open to go through that stage. It also makes us way more relatable. Someone opens up, someone can trust us. People might be impressed with our strengths, but they connect with us in our weaknesses. Because the one thing that's common to everyone in the room is that we all have a ton of weaknesses. And that also makes us way more gentle. When you have suffered difficulty, whether it is financial, whether it's relational, when you walk through it and you learn and you grow, when you see other people walking through it, there's a gentleness there because you know what it's like. You've gone through it. God's power is made perfect in our weakness. And if you're here today and you think, you think, man, if God knew half the things I've done, he'd never accept me, never love me, never forgive me, never welcome me into his covenant people. I want you to know your weaknesses today do not hinder you, they qualify you. They make you humble enough to ask, to need, to beg for his help. Our weaknesses do not fail us, they qualify us. Weakness is not fatal to the gospel, it is essential. Everyone is here because we believe we cannot save ourselves, we need his grace. When we get up to heaven, we're not gonna say, everybody, I've arrived, look at me. God, here's my list of things I've done, let me in. We're gonna say nothing but the blood of Christ. I plead Jesus' name. Paul goes on, he says, therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. If God has chosen this for me, Paul says, then as painful and difficult as it is, I am going to own it. I'm going to glory in it. I'm not going to ignore it, deny it, minimize it, run from it, or hide it. I'm going to find his power in the midst of this pain. I've cheerfully made up my mind to be proud of my weaknesses because they help me to rely on God's power.